everybody. So when I did this video back in the summer, I had no idea that Miss Anderson's lawsuit would be the central core foundation of Bishop Whitehead being indicted by the Department of Justice. And today we saw Bishop Whitehead be indicted in federal court, and Miss Anderson is at the core of that indictment. So this is exactly who Bishop Lamar Whitehead is. It's kind of high level talked about the lawsuit, but I think reading the lawsuit in detail, it really shows you the brazenness of Bishop Whitehead and just really the predatory nature in which he really took advantage of this particular parishioner. I wanted to really talk about what she is alleging in the lawsuit because, like I said, it is extremely brazen, and I think it speaks a lot to the character of who Bishop Whitehead is, and I think it's really important for people to know exactly how he preyed on this individual. So it actually starts in January of 2020. That's when Miss Anderson joined the church. In April of 2020, she was actually at home recovering from a major life-threatening surgery. And so her son Rashid, who knew the bishop on a more personal level, had arranged for a phone call for Bishop to pray over his mom. Let me just interject here and make sure it's understood. Rashid asked Bishop to pray P-R-A-Y over his mom. Instead, Bishop prayed P-R-E-Y-E-D on his mom. So this is about, 4 months after she had joined. So she joined in January. In April, he's praying for her over the phone for her health. Around about the July time frame, she was seeking to purchase a home. And Miss Anderson had some previous issues with her credit, and she had explained that. So in July, they met to talk about, how Bishop Whitehead would be able to assist her. And at that time, he told her he would be able to help her work on and improving her credit score so that she could secure a more favorable mortgage and favorable mortgage terms. And he would also be able to assist her in locating suitable properties that she could choose from to purchase. That all sounds good, right? Mr. Whitehead directed her to have the Transamerica representative to facilitate moving $100,000 from her IRA over to her personal checking account, and she complied. In the latter part of July, Bishop Whitehead actually got Miss Anderson on the phone with someone who identified himself as Mark Kaplan. He was supposed to be a mortgage loan officer with Crown Home Mortgage. On that same phone call, Mr. Kaplan explained to both Bishop and to Miss Anderson that because of her low credit score, it would be difficult for her to obtain financing for a house. So in October, Miss Anderson gets on the phone with Bishop and another representative who identifies himself as Sean Carson. And he's supposed to be the vice president of this federal savings bank. And at that point, he tells Miss Anderson pretty much the same thing, would unlikely be able to secure financing to purchase a home and in the immediate future. Bishop Whitehead basically told Miss Anderson that because they were having difficulty with getting financing, that he was going to present her with an alternative proposal to secure housing for her. Okay, now I haven't really heard anything so far about how he's actually done to help her improve her credit so that she could obtain financing. At this point, he's only put her on the phone with two different lenders who basically said that it's going to be difficult for you to get financing. Bishop comes to Miss Anderson and he tells her to invest money into his company. It would use the money that they make in the investment to do any repairs so that it could be habitable for her to live in. But, she expressed to him that she's supposed to be using in her retirement to live on. And so he tells her he's going to provide her with $100 a month to live off of until the purchase and the renovation of the property was complete. That was the agreement that they made. Now, keep in mind, this is all an oral agreement. Okay? So on November 30th, Bishop had Miss Anderson withdraw $90,000 that he had previously had her transfer from her IRA over to her personal checking account. He had her give him a cashier's check for $90,000 payable to Lamar Whitehead Incorporated. Okay, so she's supposed to be investing into his business. Bishop Whitehead did not provide contract, nothing, no documentation, no evidence that the payment ever was even given to him. But it was a cashier's check, so obviously the bank has a copy, and that's the purpose of getting a cashier's check, so there's evidence of who you paid it to. He actually paid her one payment of the $100. He did it in December of 2020. And he never made another $100 payment as per their oral agreement again. Now, keep in mind that he's actually, during this time, running for the Brooklyn Borough President, which is going to hold a primary in June of 2021. So this is really when the primary and the campaign is really starting to heat up. And I'm going to show you some things that actually are going to raise a little bit more questions when it comes to campaign financing, because I did find some things there that I think that you will find interesting. But between the months of January until May, really nothing was going on. Okay, there's text messages going back and forth where she's asking him, have you secured any housing for me? And he's telling her he's too busy. He's working on his campaign. He's just giving her the runaround. Again, she's not getting any of these $100 payments. And all she's getting is the runaround about him securing housing for her. So May 19, 2021, Miss Anderson sent him a text message, again, inquiring what's going on with my home. And that's when some of the text messages start happening that I showed in yesterday's video. And I'm going to go ahead and post those on my community wall so you can see those as well. On July 14th, 2021, Bishop accidentally emailed Rashid a contract for a property in Saddle River, New Jersey. The contract was the purchase of a property by LWI, which is Lamar Whitehead Incorporated, as the purchaser. And it was located at 14 Christopher Place, Saddle River, New Jersey. And I'm going to show you some pictures of that particular home. The sale price that was on that contract that Bishop accidentally emailed to Rashid was $4.4 million with a scheduled closing date of August the 11th, 2021. So keep in mind that he has now $90,000 of Miss Anderson's money. He has only given her one $100 payment that he was supposed to be paying for her monthly. He's supposed to be securing a home for her and making renovations, and that has not happened. And now her son is getting a contract emailed to him by accident showing that the good bishop is now getting a home that he's going to be closing on August the 11th for $4.4 million. Just let that sit in. He's accidentally sending this to her son after he's gotten her $90,000 and has given her nothing but a $100 monthly payment. There, at that point, he's had her liquidate her entire life savings as an investment to him. $90,000, promising to use those funds to purchase and renovate a house for her. He's given her nothing but $100. And now he's purchasing a $4.4 million estate. So that had to anger them. That had to really anger Miss Anderson. And it should anger all of you. Anderson, it's feeling like she's being frauded. This person, he's supposed to be a man of the cloth, that he was supposed to help her secure housing. And now, he's fraudulently converted all of her life savings down to basically an investment into some business for himself. And so Miss Anderson left with nothing. I will also send you proof and bills from people that I hired months ago to start the process of investments. As for the record, anything that was given to me is a donation unless it's attached to a contract. I was making investments. That's what I do, for the record. So he's specifically saying here now that this is not some investment, that this is actually a donation. So is he saying donation to his campaign? Because again, 1 month later, in June of 2021, that's when he's going to be in the primary, the Brooklyn Borough president. So that's where I have a lot of questions. Where exactly was he specifically saying that this is supposed to be a donation? This is supposed to be a property that you were supposed to be buying and renovating for her, and a home. This is her life savings. So this is extremely brazen. And just so we can just kind of put things into perspective, now again, think about the time frame that this is going on. I'm going to show you here where in January of 2021, all on the same date, January the 11th, 2021, he makes not one, not two, not three, but $4,400 worth of donations to his own campaign. It says here that he is the pastor of the church, and he's also told us that he doesn't take a salary from his church. So where did he get this money? He's donating to his own campaign. He's got her $90,000 in January of 2021. He had just gotten it maybe a few months before. He's only given her $100 back. He's not purchased any properties on her behalf or done any renovations as per their agreement, but he's making $4,400 worth of donations to his own campaign. That in June of 2021, you will see here that of all the candidates, he actually came in last place of, I believe, 13 candidates. So it's just interesting that we have this contract for this home, $4.4 million in August. This campaign that goes off in June, and these donations to his campaign in January, and Miss Anderson's money, her life savings of $90,000 is sitting with him. These are questions that I think are fair to be asked. And they're questions that we should all be wanting to know. Because to be someone that you trust, this is someone she trusted. She believed him to be not only a pastor, but a bishop. And this is someone that she would, that we would all hold in high regard. And he has taken her life savings. That is terrible and unacceptable. And we're going to get into some more things on him. Trust me, I can probably provide you with receipts probably for the next couple of weeks, because believe me, the rabbit hole runs deep. But this is something that I really felt passionate about, that it really needed to be shown to people so that everybody could really understand what he did to this woman. Will she ever get any of this money back? I don't know. She definitely will get a judgment, but will she see a dime of her money? I don't know. I hope she gets it back. That's all I have for now, you guys. Until the next one, you guys stay blessed.